Hi! You've probably already heard of Tsutomu Nihei. If you haven't, he created series like Abara, Biomega, Knights of Sidonia, and Blam. Suffice to say, he's one of the most interesting mangakas in the entire industry, who creates series that consistently break the mold not only for manga, but also for storytelling in general. So when I heard that once upon a time he collaborated with Marvel Comics to create a story with one of my favorite Marvel characters, I was gassed. Because surely this is going to be pretty amazing, right? Oh boy, was I wrong. Because Wolverine Snikt sucks. The short 5-issue series was released back in 2003, and it followed up from Nihei creating his magnum opus, Blam. So you may be wondering, why am I talking about it now? Well, it's actually being re-released this week in an English paperback edition, and this is a warning. Marvel approached Nihei to create a short story following Wolverine, which at the time was one of their highest profiting and most critically acclaimed characters. Nihei was given somewhat creative freedom, which is evident from the story, narrative, atmosphere, and vibe of this comic? It's not a manga, it's a comic. Before I jump into the 3 reasons why I didn't like this story, we'll do a quick synopsis. Our boy Wolverine is transported to the future, to a world that's been overtaken by an alien race called the Mandates. The Mandates have practically wiped out humanity and, coincidentally, can only be destroyed and damaged by adamantium, the metal that Wolverine's body is made out of. So of course, it's Wolverine's mission to help defeat the Mandates and save what remains of humanity. And he's tasked with killing the leader of the Mandates in order to stop them repopulating. On base level, it sounds like a pretty simple but interesting story, right? Sure, if it wasn't for the Snikt is comprised of 5 issues, and you can safely read the whole story in about 30 minutes. So to say it's short is a bit of an understatement. It's not a story you can really get invested in, there's no character development, and definitely no fluid world building. Instead, there's just a fat lore dump halfway through the run. Wolverine is given his mission, completes his mission, and goes home. There's no life to the story and nothing engaging about his quest. Whilst there is nothing wrong with a short story, especially in comics, Wolverine Snikt just feels really flat. Especially coming from Nihei, who has previously pushed the boundaries of narrative storytelling in this medium. If you only had 5 issues to work with, then fair enough, but I feel there must have been a way to tell this story better. Nihei is masterful at creating sci-fi worlds, environments, enemies, and characters. He's done so in basically every single one of his other series. However, the first 2 feels like a pretty big fail here, but the Mandate's design is pretty awesome, and it feels like it's been ripped straight out of Blam. But apart from the Mandates, everything else in this world feels lifeless. I know it's the apocalypse, but that doesn't turn every single character into a cabbage with the personality of dried dirt. It feels as though there's no emotion, especially in Wolverine, who often comes across as quite snarky and cocky. Nihei arguably has never had the best character work, bearing in mind his other manga are very much atmosphere based. But where you have a character that's so well known and so well loved, you can't just put across a lifeless version of it. Snikt felt like it had nothing to say, and whilst it's clearly a Nihei work, the rushed nature of it strips away what makes this manga creator so profound. And don't even get me started on the... This might be one of those sword to the throat opinions, but I feel like Nihei is masterful at 2 things when it comes to art, those being environment and creature design. What he isn't so great at is people design, and Snikt is no exception, because this ugly. I've already complimented the Mandates. Those are awesome, horrifying, and really well done. But god damn, the characters are ugly as hell. Also, I don't feel like Nihei's style crosses over very well to comics and colour. Wolverine is often shown as a fighter, but his action scenes are few and far between, and there's really nothing memorable about them, especially when it comes down to the art of the fights. However, I have to say, there are a few panels that are really freaking cool. One, even, that is exceptional. But like this story in general, everything else is a little bit flat. I really hope some people can pick up Wolverine Snikt and love it. Nihei is an amazing artist, and Wolverine is a fantastically complicated character. This just wasn't it for me. Snikt is rushed, lifeless, and its only redeeming factor is down to a mangaka's specific art style, whilst that same mangaka's ability in storytelling seems to have been chucked in the dumpster and set on fire. I hate to say it, but Wolverine Snikt is getting an official do not read from me. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me just about a new story that I read. I'm not one to be overly negative on the channel, but I thought this needed a bit of a talk because this really sucked. I'm sure some people are gonna love it, and if you think that might be you, you can always pick it up using one of the links in the description to Forbidden Planet, Right Stuff, and Blackwell's. Or you can pick up any other manga you fancy, something that might be a little bit better. Any purchases you make with those links help out the channel a bunch, and it just lets me buy new stuff, and you get to support and buy manga at the same time. It's all great and we love it. Speaking of support, if you want to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be alerted every single time that I upload, you can do so down below. And while you're down there, let me know what you thought about Wolverine Snikt if you've read it, or how much you hate my opinion. I will be responding to every single comment down below as always, so get typing. And last but certainly not least, if you haven't had enough of looking at this wonderful face, you can click one of the videos on the left and right of me. They're both recommended for you. I think you'll like them. Or if you're just sick of me, go away and I'll see you in the next one.